Hi, good morning, Raven. How are you this morning?
Hi, Renee. I'm fine. How are you?
I am pretty okay. So usually, I really do start or want to start answering this question when I start off some of these videos. So, how's your soul and spirit today?
Oh, what a time to ask me that question. um, my spirit has returned to my body. My soul is still a bit restless,
Mhm.
but overall, there's some unison.
Okay, good, good. So we're gonna have a discussion around trans issues and women's issues today,
Mm-hmm.
and I am going to start off with you telling me your name, asking you to tell me your name, um, and your pronouns.
So my name is Raven Gill. I'm 29. My pronouns are
Can't be
she, her.
29. You don't look a day over 21.
Oh, thank you. That's the moisturizer. The moisturizer.
And you were going to say your pronouns?
My pronouns are she, her, hers, and
You can say that out loud here. It's fine.
okay, I'm bitch.
All right.
Bitch. My preferred pronoun is bitch. Yes.
And work-wise, what do you do at present?
I am a trans activist advocate, but I before that I was doing cosmetology, so hair, makeup, and nails. There's no hair right now. It's just my beautiful turban. But yes, currently I am a trans advocate and I have my own organization. It's called Butterfly Barbados. It's the currently the only trans registered trans organization in Barbados. And we focus on, am I jumping ahead?
No, go ahead. Tell me. That's why I asked what are you doing work-wise?
Right. It focuses primarily on trans related inequalities such as gender marker recognition, gender identity recognition, the lack of access to employment, lack of access to comprehensive health care, working on policy and legislative reform with the powers that be, locally and regionally, as well as overall education to the non LGBT community about trans issues specifically. So, trans men, trans women, trans youth. So, yes.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. And actually, that perfectly segues into my next question. What are some of your experiences navigating? I'm going to break it down in two questions. Navigated
Mhm.
first the LGBT space as a LGBT plus space as a trans woman or a trans person.
Going to be very honest here. I know you love honesty.
Please be honest,
The
straight up honest.
navigating the LGBT community as a trans woman, a visible trans woman, is difficult sometimes and tolerable others. So when I say difficult, like sometimes you find some gay men have an issue with trans women. Some lesbians have an issue with trans women, trans persons in general. Specifically, Barbados has more trans women presenting than trans men, and the reception to us is not always well received, not always as kind as you would think, considering that we are a part of the wider LGBT community. Also faces the wider community also faces a lot of backlash, a lot of plight, mistreatment, you name it. But within the community, we experience definitely some discrimination from our own kin. So yes.
And before I go
Um,
into asking about the heterosexual space, you are saying actually presenting, and I want you to just quickly explain what a trans presenting trans woman is or passing trans woman is, as opposed to person that may not be identify as trans but may not be, as I say, passing or presenting.
Right. So, passing or presenting as a woman, a trans woman, is for me when I go in public. I'm always seen as a woman. Um, Rarely, if ever, identified as a man, unless the ignorant person would have known me from before, or somebody knows that I'm trans and would go to disrespect me. But presenting is when you leave home, go to the supermarket, they see woman, you leave home as a woman. Um, and being passable is when nobody can tell that you're trans. They just see a woman. I would go to bars and guys would see me and hit on me and see me as a beautiful dark skinned black woman and offer me a drink or want to go on a date with me. So that's passing. Passing means that you are not identified as your previous gender.
Okay, right. So now the next question I had from before was the experience of navigating heterosexual spaces.
Well, again, for me, navigating heterosexual spaces isn't challenging. I'm very confident. I'm 6 foot tall. You can't miss me. Very slim, very model-esque. But
Okay,
yeah,
man.
navigating heterosexual spaces is not uncomfortable for me. Again, I'm a proud trans woman, so if people know I'm trans, it's fine. I don't usually get any disrespect. And even if they don't know that I'm trans, they just see a woman and like you said, just friendly or flirting, or it's not to the point where it's heckling, like people calling me a man or chasing me out of the space where I am. So navigating heterosexual spaces as a passable trans woman is fine for me. Like I fly under the radar a lot of times.
Right. So
And
you
yeah,
are actually saying as for you as a possible, but what are some of
yeah.
the scenarios that would happen that from working with other trans people can happen, especially if they are not in this, realm of passable?
Right. So again, passing privilege is another way that we refer to passing. Passing privilege comes from a lot of resources or lots of things that other trans women or trans women specifically may not have access to. So I don't have a beard. I don't have any facial hair, and that's due to laser there's a treatment. So
Yeah.
like I don't have to shave my face. I don't have a mustache or anything. So I can go out like this without a wig or makeup or anything and still would find a man to be attracted to me. Um for those persons who aren't passable, who may not have breasts visible, even if it's a very slight bit of cleavage, they don't have any of that, it can tend to be problematic or risky for those persons navigating those spaces, as they would be seen as odd, awkward. In the Bayesian context, they would be called a buller. So you would get that slur thrown at you. So for persons that don't have the luxury of passing, because being realistic, passing is a luxury. Because I can do it, I navigate. I don't have any problems. I don't generally have a fear for my safety. Other persons who aren't passable will have some fear, won't be as confident, will be very jittery, and it may be noticeable that they're awkward or fidgety. So that has caused problems for some persons being stoned or stabbed or robbed or assaulted in various ways. Those persons who aren't passable to align with the binary gender that they identify as or they see themselves as or would like persons to see them as.